Morning everyone. I've had an idea of starting a mini album. My outlay is that at the minute. That's going to be my depth for my album, and that'll be my front page. So my pages will be just slightly neater than that. Not sure of the binding or hinging method I'm going to use yet. I was watching a tutorial by Annie Zanero 1 XO Zanero, I can't even remember. I'll leave the link. You'll know who I'm talking about anyway. She's a fantastic paper crafter. And she's given me a few ideas, but I'm winging it. My initial idea is to join these with masking tape initially, but I don't know if that's going to be strong enough to hold it long term. So my other suggestion is double-sided tape and then paper over it. The inside I'm not too fussed about, because when that folds in it'll be fine. It's outside I'm worried about, but I'll deal with that in a wee minute. So I'm going to get a paper line that I can use. My room is an absolute riot today. Unreal riot. 32 sheets in this. Where's the look at two? I think I'll try this one. And it's the Bo Bunny Primrose Collection. And for the inside I'm wanting something not too busy, so I think I'll pick this one here, because I think that's going to work the best. And I'll just show you that close up in a second. That's it there. It's like a peachy colour with a pink polka dot on it. That light's not great, so I'm just going to turn that on a wee bit. Yeah, that's the colour of it. So my plan is to do it that way. The centre part, it doesn't really matter, because that's going to be covered by my whatchamacallit, with my binding and hinging and things. But if I'm using two of these, I'll be as well covering it all, so we'll see where we go to. Double-sided tape, I'm going to get a thick one, I think. Pull out the big boy one. Right, I'm just going to turn it that way because it's easier for me. As I said, I had seen it last night and I thought, here, that's a good idea. And I don't want to have it too big. I was thinking about doing a 6x6 album, but sometimes they're just too large, and when you're decorating them, they can be hard work. So I think this size is more manageable, and you can be a wee bit more elaborate. You don't mind too much doing this size when you're using a expensive paper line. Let's just say, when you're using the cheaper paper lines, you're it just doesn't look right. Let's face it. If we're making a really special gift for somebody, especially if it's somebody we care about very much, you don't want it to be a cheap paper line. You're wanting it to be something really special. So, I have got someone in mind for this, but it will depend how it turns out. Because I wouldn't hand this person anything shoddy. Let's stop there, right? The only thing with this blooming tape is it's really good tape, and it doesn't always want to lift. You're sometimes just lucky whether you get it or not. Now. New bubble there. Pierce that with a minute. Now this one I'm overlapping on the corner, and I'll trim it because I want to make sure that the corners are tight. As I said, I'm just making sure that this is all well stuck down. And you'll see here at the corners what I'm just going to do is tuck it in. And it just makes sure that right up to that corner is sticky. And I'll do the same at the bottom corner. Making sure it's well stuck down. Oops. I kind of need my hands so I kind of stick it down. That's it. What's that? Come on, be good. And this one, I'll pick it and tuck in. Right. The wee patches that are in the middle here, I'm just going to go over them with my TG. Just to make sure they're not going to pop up. I don't think they will, but I would rather be on the safe side. And then we've got this bit here. And again, I'm going right over the sides with it. And as much to the corner as I can. Right, so And this one I'm going to come in from this side, and I'll try and put a split in it so I can take it off both sides one at a time. Lift that and nick it. There we go. That side. There. And this side. And just flip it in. And then do the same at this side. Ian, don't be so noisy, I'm filming. Right. So that's that side down. Then we'll come because we need to put the next section on. So what I'm going to do here is just to crease what I've got here in it. Oh, I didn't want that. Just put a crease in it where the binder is, just like that, so that it's quite a clean bend. Then look at this side. Now for this side I'm going to put it on one side first and flip it over. And the reason I'm doing this is to make sure I'm up close enough. That blooming thing does my nothing. Rolling about everywhere. Right, so I want to make sure I'm up as close as I possibly can before I stick it down properly. There we go. And I'm doing exactly what I've done on the other side, just sticking it down. I will unstick the centre part if I can, put a wee slit, and then I can do either side as I go along. So a wee slit there, and then we'll just come on here and flip it in. And the same with this side, if I can get it up. Alright. And then we're going in with the rest of the tape. So put this one along there. Let's see what I'm doing there. just going to come around and see if I can do it that way. I can't even remember where I got that double-sided tape, but it is like super glue. It's super sticky. So we're going in here. The heirloom bees for firing. Is there anything going on out there when you've been out? Probably an accident up in the main road. No. He's commenting due to the helicopter crash that happened last November in Glasgow. Hit with a police helicopter. Right, see. And I'm just going to try my best to line this up over here. Near as I can to that one. Because I'm going to just trim from the other side. That's not bad. And I'm just going to put the crease into this side now. So just make sure that it's creased on both sides. And then I'll just trim round. And then I'll do the outside. But for the outside I'm not sure what adhesive I'm going to use yet. I may use a wet glue, but the only thing I'm worried about is that it doesn't stick long term. So I might just go with my sticky tape again, but stick it down as it's turned. Like use it, put the sticky tape on at the angle, so when it straightens it will be fine. Where am I? This side, there's just a wee hairline that's needing taking off this side. fine. There is still a wee bit overlapping there, but I can sand that down as we get needle edge. Right, so for here, yeah, I'm going to put it down at an angle. So I'll put one side on, one side on, bend it up into its sitting position so it doesn't fall on me, and then just curve it round. I'm going to put two bits of tape on. So I'm going to take this side off first, because I've not left enough room on the other side. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm no expert at mini albums by far. I have only made one in the past in this style, and then I've made the one that I followed M's Pinwheel Wit album just last week. So I'm no expert, which might help if someone else is feeling a bit intimidated by all the talented mini album tutorials out there. Maybe it might help to see someone who is an amateur and is just winging it as they go along. I don't know, perhaps it might help. Right, so that's part of that done. Put that there again, just to hold it a wee minute. And I'll put more tape on, but this time I'll go further over. Let's see if that helps. That should be better. Sorry, I'm just taking the tape off if you want to see what I'm doing. I'll pull it down. I'm trying to position my camera the best place possible for you, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just making sure that's all stuck down properly before I lift it. And then we are just going to fold that over. And I'm just kind of rolling my fingers over it so it doesn't stick to my fingers, because it is honestly so sticky. And that'll hold it, but also let it be flexible enough to open and close. So that's what's fine. Right, so for my outside cover, I don't know what one I want. Right, but I'm going to do the other side anyway with some sticky before we go there, so that it's all done. Another from anywhere up there. See if I can position it a bit better. That's better. Said sometimes it can be a bit less intimidating if it's someone who's not as skilled showing you, because then you don't feel as if I make a mistake, you're going to know. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to obviously keep it in and let you see how I try and rectify that mistake. Otherwise, if it's an expert that's making them, chances are they're not going to make any mistakes. Right, and I'm just going to flip that wee bit in, because we've still got some paper on the other side of that. And we'll just take this part off now. And I know I'm doing things cat-candied, but that's just sometimes how I do things. Things aren't always perfect in my world. And when my wee hands decide that they're not wanting to play, then they just don't. Right, so making sure that it's got a good bend in it, and then we'll take it down. That it has, it's got a good bend there. So I'm just going to go in with another wee bit of tape just over this side. Said the actual drawing has actually got quite a good bit of tape on it. But this will just support it a wee bit more, hopefully. And this isn't the finger lift tape, this is just full length stuff. I think to add a wee bit of strength, I'm going to just do another one on this side, just to strengthen it. It doesn't need to be the full length this time. I'll just do a half length. And then I'll go round the corner to start with on this one. Said if you get the binding right on these albums, that's 90% of the, because that's the aesthetical part, that's the part that people's going to see first. Right, there we go. So that's the outside done, the binding. So I'm just going to add some glue, well, paper, sticky stuff. So we'll go across here, making sure that I get my corners. Done. Oh, here. Honestly, sometimes I wish I was bald. Alright, so I can lift just slip them in. And what I tend to do with these mini albums, just so that the edges are all the same, is once they're all done, I'll go around it with my black letter set marker, Pro marker, and just make sure that everything gels together. Right, I'm just going to do this part. So as I said, I will do this as, not as a series, but I'll do it as sections. Doing this, then I'll add my basic pages and hinging, then I'll add the pockets, photo mats. I will do it as a full album, but just in its sections so that it's not too long, because I know I get bored easily. This is for this bit here. What's the daisy? That's a bit ski with. I might need to add a wee bit of glue there, but that's fine, as long as it doesn't damage the hinging. So only if my hinging gets messed up, I'm going to be upset. So this is a pub there, and centre part for there. Sorry about that. So there's a little one here there. Right, just bending that up again. Outside pages. I think I'm going to put a kind of plainish one on the back, like that there. Well, it's patterned, it's not plain. And then on the front, no, do you know what? On the back I'm going to put what's on the inside, and on the front I'm going to put butterflies. And it's quite decorative, but I'll obviously be matting and leading and things on it, so it won't be as in your face as the thing. So for this, I'm trying to remember, this isn't going to be over. I might use that for the hinge. You know what, I'm going to get a 6 a bigger bit of paper for that. That piece. Got plenty of paper anyway, it's just trying to match up the lines to what I've got. Here, I can get it out. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's got the same colour tones in it as what the rest of the paper line has. If you notice, there's similarities in the 3 papers there. So I'm going to put this across the back page and the binder, and then I'll have the butterflies on the front page. Yep. So I'm going to put the front page on first. So yeah. There we go, that's that page down. And what I think I might do is bring that over slightly. I'm going to do that just. I'll put some ATG on it just. It just means that it's going to hide the binder hinge, and it'll merge the front and the back. Right, so that's how it was, and we'll do it this way so that it's flat. And I'm going to add this part on first. I'll go from corner to corner, I think. No, I'm going to leave a wee bit of space so that I can trim it. So that's that bit down. Then I will turn it on its back. Make sure that's well stuck. And then turn it again so that the bind's on it. And then we just need to start trimming. just making sure that that bind down the centre is done properly. So I'm just kind of running my nail down it. You'll see the wee indentation of where my nail's been. And it's just so that I know that it's absolutely adhered at that join. Right. Yeah, that's fine with me. Right, so this part, so I'm just going to fold this part back. I'll trim that off in a minute. I'll go around this side first and trim away. And I'm just going to cover the front here, and I'm just being really rough in how I'm cutting that off, because I'm going to cover that with a bit of ribbon or something. It was just so that I had that part well sealed. Right, and then we'll come round here, and I'll take this side off now. Why is it not cutting there? It's just colouring away from me for a second. I probably will need to go over that with just a wee bit of wet glue at the corners just to seal it 100%. That's fine. And then we'll go across this side here, which is my butterfly layer. The quality of paper difference is unreal. The Bo Bunny is 100 times superior. Get this other part. And I'm going to go down this binder a wee bit, I think, because I'm not really liking how that's sitting. As I say, I knew it was going to need to have some movement, so I expected that, but I just want it a bit crisper. I had intended on trying to get that into the groove rather than outside of it. Just hope this works the way I had intended it. Nearly there, just not quite. better. Much better. Yeah, much better than that side. So I just need to do the same with this one now. And then I'm happy enough to move on. And it's just basically, I'll turn it that way so you can see, basically just going down where the join is and making sure that your paper's getting pushed into the join so that when it folds, the paper folds in rather than folds out. Hopefully. That's the theory anyway. So, yeah, that's it. And then all I'm doing is just come down here, make sure it's done. There we go. And for this part I will be adding a ribbon of some sort. Maybe. You will add another bit of paper in it from the paper line. There was a lined one that I think might go well with it. That's it. I'm going to use that there on it because it's got the border side. So I'll just trim to that brown line here. And then I'll use my TG gun. And I'm making sure there's plenty on it. I don't want it lifting. And again, make sure that there's plenty up at the edges on it. Oops. Another here, honest to God. I honestly don't know why I'm not bald. I'll pull that off in a second. Come off. Stupid wee bit of hair stuck on the end of my eye. Finally. And I know no one would see it underneath, but I would notice there, and that annoys me more than anything else. So, just taking it right up to the top, and then right down to the bottom. Yep, love that. And then just trim off that bottom part. And trim off a wee bit there that was annoying me. So that's for binder for it done. And I know it's took almost an hour, but it's done completely. Papered on the outside, papered on the inside, and remember your binder's going to go there so no one's going to see that join. And then on the back, and that binder's done. Okay, so I will be back soon with the page set up. Alright, thanks for watching, speak to you soon, bye for now.